Hey, good morning. Today is Sunday, July 29th. It is about 7:52 in the morning. So, for this week's update, really quick, yesterday we held Conquer. It's our charity event that we hold to promote mental health, really overall health and overall well-being. We held that event yesterday. I've posted a bunch about it on my Instagram. I was emceeing and hosting, so I didn't get a chance to really take a lot of pictures or videos throughout the event, but there were a lot of athletes, a lot of families that were there. We had a ton of support of people that came out, and so I'm sure that I'll start to see more and more of it, and I can start to repost and share as well. But man, just my heart goes out. I just want to express my heartfelt gratitude for everyone who volunteered their time, everyone who donated, and especially the athletes for coming out and really just showing out. My brothers, Matt, Lee, Kuli, Sione, Gene, and then Harris and JR for being there with me all day, and just again I appreciate it, and can't say thank you enough. But the event was amazing. Thank you to all the sponsors, especially Utah Strong for putting this on, and Iron Ground Gym for hosting our event. Needless to say, yesterday was a long day. So yesterday was a long day. So if you saw my Instagram last night, I posted it like, I don't know, 9:30, 10 o'clock. Finally got to sit down and eat some. And actually took me a little bit over my calories, but for the week averaged, what my goal average was, which is good. But had 3 cheeseburgers, 2 hash browns last night from McDonald's. So I'll tell you a little bit about the hash browns in a little bit. But let's just jump into my spreadsheet really quick and take a look at that. Remember the link to this spreadsheet. You can always view it if you want to try to understand the concept of what I'm doing with this spreadsheet, and how I'm making my adjustments. If you remember 2 videos back, we had a plateau, and so I made adjustments in last week's video talking about what I was going to do about that plateau. And if you've been tracking along, and I'll show you here in a second, I've straight up blown through that mug. So plateau right now, gone. So let's jump into the spreadsheet and also MyFitnesspal. All right, so really quick. So today we are now at 11 weeks out, okay? Last week we were at 12 weeks out. So last week's average weight was 211.5. And so I wanted to get to the average weight of 210. But let me just back up just a little bit. So this video may be a little bit longer than others. But let me just back up just a little bit. So remember, at 15 weeks out on July 1st, my average weight was 214.7. Okay. 14 weeks out, which is 7 days later, so July 8th, I think. My average weight was 214.1. Son of a 214.1. So you had your 4th of July in there, and kind of all those things kind of added up, and I plateaued. Consider that a plateau. It's like a half-pound loss, right? Week over week, and my goal has been 1.5 pounds. So my average calorie intake was about 2,800 calories. Those were my macro goals right there. And so I had to make a slight adjustment. Okay, so let me show you a second adjustment. So the adjustment was that I was going to adjust the calories to this overall. Okay, and then also try to push this number, which is the average calories burned per workout, 6 days a week. So move to the next week. So we moved the average calories, which I had a big day here, so it actually brought that back up to average days, to 2,800. Sorry, but you can see that the adjustments that I made throughout the week resulted in breaking through that plateau. So when a full 2 weeks with averaging the same body weight pretty much, and then dropping about 3 pounds in that next week after making the adjustments. Okay. So next, this week, had to stick to it. So this week is a little bit interesting on how I did it. Okay. But if you can see all the way down, I need to get to 210 average weight and actually drop to weight in to yesterday, or actually it was this morning. I'll explain that in a second. At 205.8. So it's like a friggin' 5-pound loss, right? We over the week, and just shy of the goal of the week if you consider the full week. Now let me break that down for you a little bit more. And some of you may tune out in this video or not, but if you do pay attention, because this was a learning experience for me, really trying to test myself a little bit, right? So a week ago Saturday, I'm at the gym feeling good, trying to be hooping up. So I go to hoop, confession, I was hooping with another dude playing, right? We're just shooting around doing one-on-one. I go up for a layup, just for a layup, and dude blocks me, okay? And the dude, I haven't played ball in like 4 years, and so it's pissing me off because he's not very good. But anyways, blocks me. Well, if you know me, I've got a bad right knee. I've had 2 knee scopes done on it, so I've just got arthritis in it, and so I don't have like full range of motion. Well, when he blocked me, I came down and landed on my foot and sat all the way down on it, which your normal knee would do that, but I haven't been able to bend my right knee all the way like that comfortably in a long time. And so that's what happened. I came down straight down on it, and like a normal knee would, but I could feel all that scar tissue and bone and crunching. So basically messed me up. So Saturday I actually finished playing ball, went and worked out, whatever. Sunday into Monday, like I was in pain. I was almost enough pain that I almost thought like, dude, does this derail everything? I've been cutting and tracking and training since April. Does this derail everything? Because that's how much pain I was in. Like I couldn't sleep, and I even finally ended up in urgent care on Monday morning. I tried to go into work, and I was trying to set myself a doctor's appointment, and obviously at this point I can't really see a family doctor for my knee. It's just arthritis. There's nothing you can do about it. So I'm trying to call a knee specialist, and they're all, it's not like they're open all the time, so they're packed out weeks at a time. So I was like, well, F it, I gotta go to work. So I try to go to work, and about 2-3 hours into the day, I tell my boss, I'm like, I gotta get out. I am almost in a daze. I'm in so much pain. So I take off and I go to urgent care, and then they prescribe me some stuff. I come home and take some of the pain meds, and just knocks me out. And during all this, we're also moving. I'm in a new place now, which is the new backdrop. Well, you guys can't tell, but we moved weekend. So not only was I like freaking gimp around, hurt, and family friends all making fun of me, and in mad pain, losing sleep, but my wife was also pissed because my freaking ass could not help move furniture or anything like that on that Saturday afternoon, and also the Sunday we were planning on doing it. And we had my brothers and stuff coming over, and I had to text them, let them know, like, dude, I freaking can't eat. My eyeballs can't even see straight right now, so we're not gonna do it. Anyways, so I got home Monday from the urgent care, knocked out for a few hours on those pain meds, woke up, and my wife's family like rolled in deep, and I felt but my knee was feeling better, but I was still kind of hesitant on it because it was hurting so bad. But they started moving stuff, and damn well the son-in-law cannot be sitting his ass down while everybody else is working. So I got up, and my mother-in-law, my sisters-in-law, my brothers-in-law, like, bless their hearts, they came in and straight up rolled through this thing, and we got the whole move like knocked out, and they even did more work throughout that. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is, in fact, and then also Monday I tried to go to the gym and I couldn't go, and I don't ever go 2 rest days in a row because that throws off like my calorie intake and all that stuff. So there's a point to this story, so please listen. So normally my rest day is Sunday. I'm right back on a Monday morning. Monday I can't train. Okay, so I already know that Sunday I can't train, and then Monday I can't train. And because of how I average, I just calculate the overall averages for the week. I don't normally take lower calories on rest days. Where I know that some guys, some folks will do that. They'll account for their lower number of activity for the rest day, but then they'll also account for higher number of calories on their active days. Where I just take a full average for the entire week, and I just that way I know like my calorie intake and my goal, and if I have certain meals that meet my goals at the time, then I don't have to think a bunch about it, and I can just fill it all in. Well, Sunday I didn't work out. Monday I also didn't work out. So remember, my current calorie goal was 2645. Okay, so coming into Monday, not only was I not able to work out, I also knew, okay, if I'm not gonna be able to work out 2 days in a row, and it's already in my head, like, is this gonna mess me up and derail me? So I consciously made the decision to cut my calories for the day. I was trying to do about 300 calories. So instead of 2650 for the day, I kept my calories at under 2400. So I cut myself a few hundred calories that day, hoping to be able to balance things out, because the previous Saturday, before I freaking injured myself, enjoyed the Saturday and had to freaking went over my calories for the week, just trying to balance things out and get my average goal. So now I was going to have to pay for that. So I was trying to make up for that. And sure enough, Tuesday morning woke up heavy. Wednesday morning woke up somewhat balanced. And then Thursday through Saturday, kind of back on track. So I actually was able to get back onto the gym on Tuesday. Thank you, pain meds, and pre-workout. By Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I was actually feeling really good. My knee, I'm still a little hesitant on it. I'm still sore. In fact, I'm sore this morning. But I've been still maintaining my calorie burn and workout times and calories throughout the rest of the week. So if you were to look at it, my overall calories for the week, overall weight for the week will be just shy of the actual goal. But again, normally my full activity is 6 days of training in the week. And so that's what's accounted for. So what I did for this week, because I had 2 rest days in a row where I normally don't do that, I accounted for part of that in dropping my calories for last Monday. And the other part of trying to account for that is for this week only, what I'm doing is I'm taking my body weight average from Tuesday, which is my first active day this week, through Saturday, which is the end of the week yesterday, right? And so if I do that, that actually puts my body weight average at 209.8, which does meet my goal of reducing by 1.5 pounds, which was from 211 down to 209.8, which is just over the 1.5 pounds. Was that 1.7 pounds or something like that? So long explanation as to what I accounted for this week, but the point is that I understood where my capacity was and where my averages are, and with those averages, I know that if I hit these certain numbers, that I should see these results. And once I stop seeing those results, that means I'm hitting a plateau. And so I've got to make adjustments and to break through those plateaus. So for this week, because of the different variables of training time and calories and things like that, I had to make sure that I made that up. And so, and I was on the money with it. In fact, like I said, today I weighed in at 205.8. Now I don't know if tomorrow I'll wake up the same, because yesterday was a super long day. Got up early to train, and then headed out to Conquer at about noon, and was there until about 6. Just after the cleanup and all that stuff, and then last night we went to a family birthday party and stayed there. So basically it was just a long night. I didn't get to really eat until about 9:30, 10 o'clock last night, and that was with the cheeseburgers from McDonald's. So but it was still, I mean, I still met my calories for the day. So anyways, moral of that story is that there is a reason. So I'm super calculated about this. I don't have a coach. I don't, and an outside perspective is actually great if you have someone that you can pay or pay to do it, or trust, or has knowledge of what they're talking about. And an outside eye helps, because once your diet gets low enough, which it does for everybody at some point or another, where it really starts to get miserable, that's when. And I'm not just saying like a healthy diet. I'm saying try to get on stage. Like, to get on stage, these guys you don't look that way. Just feeling great. It is, I mean, it is work. It's mental work, it's emotional work, it's physical work. And so if you've got someone who can balance your mental state during that time, that is phenomenal. I, however, am not going to pay someone right now because I got 6 kids, and that money's well better used elsewhere. So for that reason, like, I'm very meticulous about how I track in MyFitnessPal. You can see every single day. I'm trying to be honest with myself and with you guys, or whoever sees. You can go to my profile, click on my diary, and you can see everything that I'm eating every single day. And you can see what my macro goals are for those who are still, kind of confused about macros. What is that? And you can see like my overall calories for the day, and the macros within those calories. And when I eat through the day, how I try to stack up to those numbers. But in doing that, I've been able to make calculated adjustments all the way. Mind you, my calories are still higher than they've ever been especially at this current weight. My calories are still higher. So right now, I am legitimately eating comfortably. Right now, I'm averaging 26. This last week, I averaged 2645 calories, 2650 calories per day. That includes on my rest days. And so I'm eating comfortably, like mentally, as far as food, like I am feeling great. The only downside to, being flexible about, your calories and macros and things like that is sometimes like you've got too many decisions. You're like, man, well, I can do this and I can do this and I can do this. And that that can kind of get old. That gets old for my wife for sure. And so sometimes, just having a routine of things that you eat helps, because just, it is. If you give a kid, hey, do you want this candy, this candy, this candy, or this candy, like their mind is going to explode. Versus you say, hey, here's some candy, and they eat that, then then they're just happy. So, anyways, but that's the whole reason for the spreadsheet. And I've had a few friends ask me to send them copies of the spreadsheet, and I have, and hopefully that helps them. But this is how my mind operates. I can look at it and see. And make the adjustments as I need them. And then also the mirror as well. I want to be able to see if I can see the difference in the mirror, and other people are starting to see the difference in me, like physically in me as well. Obviously, those are indicators that yes, I'm making progress. So, body weight 205.8 today. Calories 2645 is going to stay there. Training staying the same. I'm training on average about 2 hours a day, and so I get up at 4 in the morning. So get up at 4 in the morning, kind of try to wake myself up, roll out of bed, and I get to the gym by 5. By 5, then I try to be done lifting depending on what time I actually get to start, done lifting in 2 hours. So between 7 to 7:10, depending on when I start. My cardio update, slightly adjusted that, especially for this week, had to make some big time adjustments. But my cardio update, I've adjusted. I'm staying at 70 minutes, but I'm going 25 minutes on the elliptical to start, 25 minutes, roughly 25 minutes, because I've been trying to hit 8 miles still, roughly 25 minutes on the bike, and then I'm going 20 full minutes on the bag. And the intervals with the bag right now are 1 minute sprint, punching, just movement, and then 20 seconds down. And it's a mother sucker, but it's fun. It's really fun, pulling back. And I swear I'm on somebody's review for Vasa, like this sweaty ass minority guy, possibly Asian, possibly Polynesian, guy greasing up all the equipment. And that's me. So sorry if you had to do that. For this week though, for the 70 minutes of cardio, or the 50 minutes on the bike and the elliptical, Last Chance You. That was my show this week. I straight knocked that thing out. Last Chance You. I'm telling you, season 3, hands down, the best season so far. I love them all. I'd go season 3, 1, then 2. And then there's also a Life After EMCC, Eastern Mississippi. That is, I mean, it's inspiring and also heartbreaking as well. But phenomenal. Last Chance You. Check that out. So anyways, so life updates right now as far as time and being able to train and all that stuff. Like I said, we moved. We are all now successfully moved out from our previous place. We're here actually just right around the corner from where we were. Football season starts this coming week. We've been conditioning with my kids' teams. So I coach. I'm going to be head coaching my youngest son, Chunga's football team, which is first, second grade. My son, TFLEKS, I helped coach with this team last year. He's in third grade. So we've got that where practices will start this week. We'll practice Tuesday through Friday. So, and that is from 5 till about 7:30. So TFLEKS team's from 5 to 7. My team will be 5:30 to 7:30. But let me just lay out my schedule for you in a typical day. So I get up at 4, get to the gym by 5, get home, I get to work, I try to get there about 8:30, and I get home from work, depending on the day, between 5 and 5:30, depending on what time I leave the office. And then we go to, right now, we're going to be going to football practice from 5 till about 7:30. So we'll get home at about 8. So seriously on the go every single day from about 5 a.m. till I leave my house at about 4:45 till 8 p.m. plus. Meanwhile, at the same time, my daughters, they also play competitive soccer. So they are also training 3 days a week with, and my wife has to run them while we're at football practice. So my wife runs them to practice, and they practice a full 2 hours as well. My kids just finished training with Utah Speed Training with Nate Solberg, Utah Speed Academy with Nate Solberg. This is their second summer going through one of his training camps out here. He's a phenomenal coach. He does individualized training that costs a lot more. So my kids just do the group trainings with him, which he has a great rate out here in Eagle Mountain. He did 9 sessions for $100, which it's over 10 weeks, but there's 1 week that's a break in there, but which I think is phenomenal, and my kids have a fun time because I train them a lot and I'm on them, but they also respond really well, and I want them to be able to work hard when I'm not there as well, and just be able to focus themselves. And I constantly get comments from their coaches and things like that of how hard they work, so I'm really proud of them. And I test them a lot right now, and that's really what motivates me and drives me with this competition right now is just it's time, I want to put my money where my mouth is. Okay, so those are my life updates. This video is going to be long. Hopefully it's informative. I'm telling you, like the tracking and being calculated has really helped me. Plan for this week. Again, calories are going to stay the same. Training will stay the same. So hopefully I'm just not going to injure myself on a one-on-one pickup game with some white dude who freaking balled me up, and it was frustrating because in my head I thought I was better. And I'm feeling great. That's all. If you have questions, please leave a comment or hit me up somewhere. Follow me on Instagram, on Facebook, and then MyFitnesspal. Check me out, and also these videos, obviously. Thanks for watching. Until next week's update.